I guess how would you assess fall camp thus far?
Yeah, fall camp is going pretty good, I think. We're coming out with a lot of energy and just really focusing on us. We came into the season, obviously picked last, so I think that puts a chip on our shoulder, and so we're really trying to set the tone early so we can go into the season hot and heavy. So.
I mean, you mentioned being picked last, I guess. Why will that prediction be wrong at the end of the season?
I think that we just brought in a lot of talent from in the off season from the portal and stuff. The way that we're coming together as a team, the brotherhood that we're creating. I mean, I transferred in December, and so just being a part of this and feeling that family aspect, the locker room, the vibes are always up. We always got each other, offense and defense, so I think that it's looking really good.
You were here last year as an opponent. I guess, did you think you might play for the Wolfpack ever?
I mean, it's crazy. After playing here, it just changed, obviously playing up a little bit of a level. And so when I went, I never really thought that I would end up here, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I love it here, so I'm happy to be here and continue to go on. So.
Did you have any exposure to Reno prior to making a commitment or taking a visit out here? And I guess what kind of sold you?
Nope. I mean, I obviously played here, and so I experienced that. And then when I entered the portal, I came on officially here, and just the vibes, the energy. I mean, the Reno itself has a lot of great places to go. It's bigger than Cheney, so I like that. And then obviously what brought me here is Coach Choate and Coach Virgil. I mean, playing for a head coach like Coach Choate, I mean, someone who loves and respects you. It's just a different level. It makes you want to go out and run through a brick wall for him, and playing for someone who cares for you too, and just creating that relationship and is willing to do that is just something that sold me to come here too. And obviously Coach Virg as well, playing in the NFL. I mean, hopefully that's the track that I can go on one day, and so really following in his footsteps, especially being freshly out of the league and stuff, so he knows the path that it takes and the connections and stuff like that. So those are kind of the main two things that brought me here.
Tight ends obviously have to do a lot, a lot of different roles. What's your favorite thing to do as a tight end?
Man, I love it all. I love that we get down and dirty in the trenches, and we can get physical with the big guys, but it also allows us to be versatile out in the pass game, going against kind of the smaller DBs, linebacker type, and just showing our athletic ability and just kind of having the best of both worlds. So.
Seems like you did do a lot of blocking at Eastern Washington. I guess why is that something that you've embraced when a lot of people want the ball in their hands first and foremost?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like an O-lineman. Nobody wants to be an O-lineman, but it takes someone special to want to put their hand in the dirt and get dirty every play. And so I take pride. I think it's a team aspect. It's not just about me. So if my success also leads to team success in the run game, I take great pride in that. I mean, it takes all of us to win. And also just that physicality. I mean, it's just a different type of feeling when you can bury someone like that. And so I just love it all.
How does your skill set fit this particular offense?
Yeah. I think that I can run pretty well routes. I block well. Obviously, I've done it a lot in my college career, and so that kind of gives me a little advantage here, especially with Gilby. I think Gilby has a special plan for our offense this year, so it allows me to kind of get the best of both worlds. So I'm excited to kind of see what we can do.
How versatile is this tight end room? I see you guys running a lot of 12 personnel out there.
Yeah, we've taken a big step, and that's something that the tight ends are really taking pride in this year, and so we know what we need to do this year, and so we're stepping up. I think we're going to be a big part of the offense this year. I think we have a lot of guys in our room that can play and are stepping into a role to potentially play for us, and so we just got to go out and really develop that in this fall camp and bring it into season.
Jace Henry, obviously, one of your tight ends as well. Just tell us a little bit about him, what you enjoy about him being here tonight.
I mean, he is so physical in the run game, so it's awesome knowing and trusting that you're going to have someone take care of their block. I love lining up next to him because I think that me and him both complement each other very well. He's a bigger, heavy run blocker, and I also think that my skills and talents in the run game match it pretty well, and so having us on the field, it's hard to tell what we're going to do if we're running or passing because he can also do both. At his size, it's impressive how well he can move too, so I think that we complement each other well.
Either from Coach Gilbertson or Coach Virg, I guess, how have they expressed to you the importance of the tight end in the offense and just the offensive success?
Yeah, like I said, coming into fall camp, the tight end, I mean, it's a developing position even at the next level, and so I think that we kind of take that pride in us as a room to really step up and put the load on our back. We got some great running backs that are going to run off of our blocks. We know that we can block well, and so if we are able to execute, I think our offense is going to have great success.
What does it mean to you just to play at the FBS to cap your career? I'm sure you had a ton of great experiences at Eastern Washington, but this is the top level of college football now.
Yeah, I'm really excited. That was one of the main reasons I did jump in the portal is I wanted to experience that FBS ball and really challenge my skills and see what I can do. I'm really excited. I think things are going well. I'm a very competitive person, so I love rising to the occasion, and hopefully this season can pan out for us. So
you get to open at Penn State in front of 110,000 fans. What are you most looking forward to that opportunity against that caliber of opponent?
Yeah, obviously playing against a top-ranked opponent. It's Penn State, so they're a great football team. I'm really excited to go out and kind of see what we match up to them and what we are able to do, and also personally what I'm able to do against that level. I played at Oregon and Florida too earlier in my careers, and so going in front of all those people, it's always fun. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and so at the end of the day, it is a game. We love playing this game, and so that experience is something I'm going to hold for the rest of my life. So.
How much of an adjustment is it playing on red field versus other colors?
Yeah, the red field is definitely, it took a little bit to get used to. Obviously practicing on it every day, you kind of get used to it. But it is pretty nice being back on green. The red got pretty bright sometimes, but also holding that red field, and everybody knows about the Inferno, so we took pride in playing on that, and so it was a fun change-up to play on it.
So back for a second senior season at Nevada, I guess just walk us through wanting to use last year as a medical redshirt and take advantage of this season.
Yeah, unfortunately last season didn't end the way I wanted it to, so but got the opportunity to be able to come back here. It's a great place, so I'm definitely excited for this upcoming season.
What was the toughest part of last year? You got off to such a great start, and then obviously the foot injury kind of ended things.
Yeah, it's definitely that was my first year of not playing football probably since I was like 4. So it was tough to go through a season and not be able to play and have to contribute in different ways than what typically I would have.
Did you learn anything watching from the sidelines, or just get a different perspective on the game?
Yeah, I definitely got the coach's perspective of how everything goes on, or like an analyst position, because obviously I was hurt, so I can't be directly involved, but you're able to learn and see stuff that you normally would never be able to see.
Entering this season, I guess some of your individual goals and just team goals that you want to get accomplished before your career is over.
Yeah, no, team goals is definitely win games, make a bowl game. That's definitely a big team goal. I guess that's also a goal of mine as well, because my previous school was in the Ivy League, so we weren't allowed bowl games or playoffs or anything like that. So for me, it'd be exciting to have a postseason play.
What's kind of been the buzz in the locker room? I know you guys were picked to finish last in the conference. That doesn't mean anything, but I guess, what's kind of been the reaction? Maybe just to that and maybe what the expectations are.
Yeah, we just shut out the noise. We have a very tight-knit group this year. So everyone gets paid to make predictions. It really doesn't mean anything, especially nowadays with the transfer portal. No one knows anything, really.
What's the buy-in level of this team compared to last year?
It's definitely great. The coaches did an amazing job bringing the right guys in. So it's a very cohesive group. We have a very Nevada guys. That's definitely the case.
Tight ends are asked to do a lot of different things, and you have kind of a quarterback background as well. I guess what's your favorite thing to do on a football field?
Honestly, just be on the field, contribute in any way possible. I guess stat book wise for tight ends, it's really just receiving yards and touchdowns, but there's much more to the game for tight ends. So I enjoy the position. It's not the biggest spotlight. If you're not catching touchdowns, it's not a big spotlight, but I love the game and I love playing the position.
We obviously saw the run game kind of tail off after you got hurt. I guess what do you think makes you such an effective blocker, such a key component to the rushing attack?
I think just my physicality. I love playing the game, and then also it helps when I like to say I have a really good being able to work with the tackles and anyone else that I'm working with on any double teams or anything like that. So we have a great unit, so we're able to move like one.
Where did that love of physicality come from?
I don't know, my whole life. I also grew up in a military family, so it's kind of that the grittiness and toughness is kind of you kind of have to have it.
You guys added Jett Carpenter this offseason. What have you noticed about him, and what do you look forward to playing with him?
No, I look forward to playing him. He's a great guy. He fits in the room very well. The coach did a great job of finding a guy that would fit our room and fit our needs.
How dynamic do you expect this offense to be, especially with you and Jett on the field at the same time in certain situations?
I expect that teams are going to have a really tough time of deciding what they want to guard, because you have to pick one and we're going to exploit the other. So I think as a unit we have talent across the board, so it's going to be great to see what we can do.
What do you expect your role to be in this offense?
Honestly, I expect to do everything. Of course, for tight ends, run game, pass game. So excited to see how the coaches use me. We'll see as the season progresses and things go on.
Everything like Wildcat quarterback, maybe?
No, I don't think so. That's I played that in high school, but tight end's my position.
For sure.
You broke through on a play a couple of days ago and probably could have stopped, but you ran like another 60 yards. I guess what were you trying to show off on that play?
That's definitely one that's just respect. As Coach Virgil Green says, it's respect for the game. You got to finish. So if you catch the ball, score a touchdown. He always tells us stories about how he'd catch the ball, score, and then get in trouble because now you have to wait for him to come back. He'd run like 80 yards. So you definitely got to. We have a great example in leading our room. So you got to meet the standards. He
said he likes to break into story time quite a bit. I guess how often does he break into story time and tell you stuff from the old days?
Every once in a while, he definitely does. It's fun to hear because I guess Denver Broncos offense at that time frame is, I think, statistically like one of the best offenses ever. So like, it's fun to hear stories about that team, Peyton Manning, because he's Hall of Fame quarterback. Not everyone gets to be able to play with the Hall of Fame.
Was he trying to take credit for that when Peyton Manning was the quarterback, or?
No, he definitely gives a ton of credit to Peyton Manning. No, a lot of his stories will be like, yeah, Peyton Manning got on me for this, so like that's why I do it this way now because he was able to learn from the best, and Coach really holds himself to a very, very high standard. He's probably one of the most energetic people and has the highest love for the game out of anyone I've seen. So. No, he's definitely. It was a fit that he worked well with Peyton Manning.
Yeah. He's going into the school's Hall of Fame though this fall. I guess.
Yes.
What did that mean to you guys as your position group?
No, it's exciting to be able to be coached by a guy that's a Hall of Fame at the school. I guess personally, like competitive wise, like yeah, you want to try to match what your coach does because like he's still a super fit guy. So like it's always pushed to do better and be better, and we're being coached by the best.
You changed numbers this year. I guess tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's kind of just been my college number. I've worn it all 4 years. Last year I wasn't in it, so I wanted to make sure I got back into 11.
Gotcha. Chris mentioned that play where you were down the sideline. I don't know if you could hear it from your point, but on the opposite sideline, a lot of guys were really impressed with your speed at 278. Do you have kind of some deceptive speed relative to the guys that are on the field?
Yeah, I definitely think that's something that's not appreciated. Is that I do have a lot of speed. You're not really able to showcase it in the run game because you're only moving 4 or 5 yards. But when passes come, I can run.
You did get to showcase some of your pass catching skills, a couple touchdowns in the first 3 games last year. Do you feel like you'll have more opportunity to do that in this, David Gilbertson new offense?
We'll see. I hope so. But at the end of the day, we just got to win games, and however I got to contribute to that is how I will contribute.
What most excites you about this season?
Honestly, I just love playing football, so I'm just excited to get out there and play. Of course, we're going to go to Penn State, and that'll be the biggest crowd that, well, personally, I've been around. Probably most people in the room have been in, so that'll be a fun place to play. And then we have a great conference schedule, so it'll be fun to be able to play all these teams.
How are you feeling physically just with the foot injury? What was the rehab like coming back from that? I mean, could you have played toward the end of last year, but maybe you had an eye on, hey, I can get a full season if I just wait a little bit longer?
Yeah, the best decision was just to medically redshirt that year and come back. The recovery went well, and everything's all good. So we have great doctors here that did an amazing job, and all the AT staff does an amazing job with rehab. So, no, it was a very good transition back into play.
I think we're in the O-line meeting room here. I guess what would you say your bond is with the offensive line in the union?
Oh, I love them. They're great guys. I guess it's a testament to the coaches. We have some transfers and some older transfers as well. They fit in. So it's kind of like you've known the guy for your whole life, even though you just met him a couple months ago.
They ever try to turn you into an offensive lineman at previous stops because you do have that size and that physicality?
No, I think that's the part that sets me apart for a tight end is I'm able to run with everyone, but also be able to block.
I guess before we get to fall camp, you're going into the Wolfpack Hall of Fame twice this fall, once as an individual, once with the team. I guess when you heard about that honor, what kind of flashed in your mind?
Just all the hard work that it took to even be affiliated with that kind of group, and just thinking about all the crazy, tough, hard-nosed practices, and then all the games and all the fellas that we played with over the years, and how just after 15 years down the line, a lot of us are successful in whatever endeavors that we ventured off to. And whenever we come back together, just talking and just reminiscing. So I'm excited to get back with all those guys and just reminisce.
Does it mean something special to you to go in as an individual as well?
It does mean something, but my mindset right now and how I'm feeling, I'm so wired to making sure that this season we have a Hall of Fame season.
What do you think it's going to take to have that kind of season?
Just guys continue to work and get better and being unified, competitive, and tough. And I feel like this year so far in camp, guys are more locked in and willing to, empty the tank every single practice. And so I think this year iron is really sharpening iron, and we continue to get better each and every day.
Everyone's kind of talked about the more disciplined approach that this team's had and maybe the more, like you said, unified or just buy-in with the second year under the staff. How have you seen that kind of manifested on the field or even in practices or, study rooms and stuff like that?
It's definitely present, especially with my room. And I played at the next level, obviously. And when you get to the next level, the demands are so much. And I've really challenged, especially the tight end group, I've really challenged them every single day to not only be disciplined with the technical details and understanding, football IQ type things, but be disciplined and understanding everything about the playbook. Because, for the guys that do have an opportunity to go play at the next level, in order to maximize what you can do, if a coach asks you, can you play this? Absolutely, because you've already been studying. So I think I've challenged my group to really try to be the engine of the team because I feel like that's what the tight end position is supposed to be.
Jace is coming back this year after using last year as a medical redshirt. I guess, what did you learn about him as a player during the 3.5 games he played and the impact he can have on the offense?
He's a very smart guy, honestly. He has an engineering degree and something a lot higher than I could even explain, right? And really smart guy, really challenges me to, stay on top of my game because he's going to ask questions. He's going to have feedback. He's going to ask, well, why don't we do it this way? And I'm like, all right, Jace, relax. So we got a smart group of guys, and Jace is definitely a guy who I feel like not only I can lean on, but the team can as well.
When he got hurt, what impact did you see on the running game and just the ability to be able to run the ball?
Just the physicality on the edge. I mean, he's a big, strong, physical guy, and he punishes people. He enjoys punishing people. And obviously, the way I play the game, it gets me excited.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have like the flashiest stats, but you obviously had a big impact on the team. I guess, what's been your message to your tight ends that they might have a similar role? Maybe they're not getting 10 targets a game, but they could have an equal impact on the game as if they were.
For me, I tell these guys all the time, it's an electric feeling to really hem a guy up who doesn't want you to pancake him or move him off the ball, and you see that running back get past your block. To me, that's equally as rewarding as a touchdown to me, especially if we win the game.
You guys added Jett, Carpenter. It seems like he's kind of similar in terms of, block first kind of guy. What stood out about him on film to bring him in here?
He plays with effort, attitude, and toughness on every snap, on every single snap. And he's very, he's also always asking questions. And honestly, he challenges me as well to force myself to come in early, getting into the office 5 a.m., getting my notes ready for the install meeting, just to make sure I have these guys on the right page. So I think for us, those two guys really set the tone for the room. And especially as a young coach, even though I've played the game for a long time, there's a lot of layers to coaching, and having those two guys in my room truly helped.
What sort of role do you expect the tight ends to play this year? And bring that up because it looks like you're running a lot of 12 personnel out there, which gives you maybe some versatility you didn't have a season ago.
Absolutely. My mindset, I want to go 12, 13, 14, get everybody out there. But it's all about the more you can do. And, again, going to the NFL, I had to play fullback. I did not like playing fullback, but I'm going to play fullback. You need me at Z, you need me at H, you need me at X, you need me on left guard on punt, kick out. So for the tight end position, I truly feel like you got to be a Swiss Army knife, and all those tools, none of them can be dull.
A couple of Jace Henry questions. There was a play, I believe it was a couple days ago, where he burst down the sideline, and at 278, there were a lot of guys on the sideline that were surprised at his speed. How quick is he kind of relative to the rest of the team?
Jace, he's like a locomotive. He gets rolling, and once he really gets rolling, you better watch out. So I expect, him, especially in the pass game when he does get the ball, to honestly look like a guy like Mike outside. You better watch out, all right? So.
And there was a play, I believe it was yesterday, where he was lined up kind of in that wildcat, taking the snap as a quarterback, but not necessarily throwing the ball. How athletic is he in that space?
I don't know what play you're talking about.
Fair enough.
He did do that at Dartmouth, though, and he was a quarterback in high school, right? So just maybe comment on his versatility.
Very versatile, obviously. Not just in areas of that fashion, but as a personal protector, things like that. So, again, I challenge not just Jace, but all my guys to go talk to the special teams coach, Parker Henry, go talk to Coach Gilby, shoot ideas. Our coaching staff is very open to hearing what the players have to say. And if we can find it on film and, you can make a valid argument for it, we'll see what we can do.
I mean, you guys were a lot more competitive last year, but I know that 2 and 6 in one possession game stat kind of maybe, shows how close you were, but how far you guys were away from a breakthrough. I guess, what did you guys as coaches kind of take away from what you guys need to do to kind of flip that close score record?
That obviously we got guys that are willing to go the extra mile, and, I'll say Coach Choate has done a great job of really turning things around and getting guys to buy in. And, just again, you talked about discipline earlier. That's truly what it takes. And, for my guys, I feel like sometimes they may get sick of my stories because every now and then I'll start telling them or watching film and I see some extra after play and I'll be like, all right, fellas, story time. All right. And I'll just give them an experience from my journey and really try to hone things in about what it takes to be disciplined. Again, we talked about it's not just being disciplined in the technique and the fundamentals, it's also being disciplined and making sure we don't get personal fouls. We don't have too many guys lined up on the line of scrimmage, we get a huge play. And it's really making sure guys are detailed and not us just coaches holding them accountable, but the players holding themselves accountable.
You guys added a nice freshman in DJ who was pretty highly recruited. What did it take to land him, and what did you guys see in him?
The moment I turned on his tape, I saw him flatten a guy, and I get excited over that. So DJ, he's a young man, very smart, and having played at De La Salle, those guys, a well-renowned program for the last 2 decades, and those guys, when they come over here, they are wired the right way. DJ's a guy, he's always yes, coach, yes, coach, yes, coach, and I had to tell him, don't just say yes, coach. If you got a question, speak up. My job is here to help you, so don't just say yes, coach. So I love having DJ in the room. I think he's the guy that he's going to be good for the younger guys to really follow and come up behind. And, I expect DJ, he's putting himself in a position to where he could see the field this year. So I'm definitely excited, and I know the older guys love seeing DJ getting out there on a slice because he's going to give it everything.
You mentioned playing at the next level. You guys have a quarterback in Chuba Purdy who's trying to have that breakthrough season. I guess, what is his potential just in terms of his athleticism?
For me, I look at a situation like that is, the better we do as a team, the better chance not only a guy like Chuba has, but everybody. My situation, to be quite frank, when I just look at the reality of it, if Colin Kaepernick wasn't Colin Kaepernick, not just myself, a lot of guys probably don't get the exposure that we get. So, and the winning, right? We did a lot of winning, which also transfers over to GMs and scouts saying, this guy comes from a championship caliber program, and so I think that elevates it. I think Chuba every day comes in to work with the mindset to lead these guys. Obviously there's always going to be ups and downs, but Chuba is a guy you cannot break him. You're never going to break him. So I think that energy and that mindset that he brings to it, a lot of guys fall behind the lead.